So nowadays I have been looking at some hashtag known as Sanction Pakistan or Sanction on Pakistan, and I think it makes literally no sense. And I will explain why it makes no sense. First of all, let me look at why this hashtag actually exists. Basically, there is a bloody civil war going in Afghanistan, and the Taliban, who are actually a known terrorist group, have started to recapture areas within Afghanistan, especially its rural and now provincial capitals. And Afghanis, basically the diaspora of Afghanis, think that it is Pakistan and its notorious ISI that is supporting all these things, these capturing, and they actually called it invasion by Pakistan, which actually make no sense, because for invasion you need to have your army, your tanks, your air force, and artillery moving into the foreign land. Where that was USA in 2001 when they invaded Afghanistan, but no one talks about that because they were Americans, and it is totally fine for them. So moving on, they say that actually Pakistan supports all these things, and it has led to some bloody civil war. So we should actually sanction Pakistan. So first of all, let us talk about is Pakistan really responsible for whatever is happening in Afghanistan? No. Whatever is happening in Afghanistan is actually the fault of Afghanis themselves. Let me prove it to you guys. The war in 1980s, why did it happen? Because some communist guys sitting in Kabul thought that it will be very good to please some mustache guys sitting in Kremlin in Moscow, and as a communist he allowed the communist army of Russia to enter into Afghanistan. Now let us take a look at that. What did Pakistan do? Instead of helping the Russians, Pakistan fought for you guys, the Afghanis. Not only we took in your millions of immigrants, we send our soldiers to fight for you guys. But no one cares about that. Okay, forward, when the Russians left, you guys started to fight with each other. Taliban, the Northern Alliance, and those Northern Alliance were full of warlords. Like no one was good. Take it either Shah Massoud, Rashid Dostum, Gulbuddin. Everyone was a freaking warlord, and they had war crimes on their hands. But basically, whatever side America supports is the cleanest side, and they started to support the Northern Alliance, while the Pakistan was on the side of Taliban alongside Saudi and UAE. But in 2001, all these things changed when 9/11 happened, and Pakistan started to support America and started to fight against Taliban. This led to a 2-decade long war within Pakistan, which costed us around 100,000 deaths, 100,000 lives, $150 billion loss. But yeah, let's say that Pakistan supports Taliban. How does that make sense? Like you guys, the Afghanistan are the basically main hub for every terrorist organization to groove, either be it Al Qaeda, either be it Taliban, either be it ISIS. So let's look at who is to be really blamed for it. Now, coming to the current point, how is Pakistan even responsible for all these things? Pakistan has no control over the Taliban. Whatever Pakistan did was to bring Taliban to the negotiation table in Qatar, where it was agreed that the foreign forces will withdraw from Afghan soil. Now, as it was agreed that they will withdraw, they withdrew. Now, where things go wrong? Things go wrong at the part where the Afghan government in Kabul decides not to comply with the agreement. Taliban agreed and they complied with every term and condition that was in that deal of 29th February 2020 that was signed in Doha. I am not advocating for Taliban here, I am simply stating facts here. Now, again, Secretary Blinken of USA writes a letter to Ashraf Ghani that you should resign and there should be a coalition government and transitional government where Taliban should be part of your political government, and so that you can formulate a political settlement. But who said no? Ashraf Ghani himself. Then Ashraf Ghani was told that okay, you can be the president, we can have a coalition government. He said no, I will not surrender. That is exactly what he said. He said that I will not allow these people to violate the constitution. That is exactly what your Vice President Amrullah Saleh said. Now let us look at the fact who is being stubborn here. The Afghan government in Kabul. Who was non-compliant? The Afghan government in Kabul. Now when they saw that the Afghan government is not complying, the Taliban did what they were good at, fighting. They fought. Now when they started to fight, the rural areas began to fall within the control of Taliban, and it cannot happen without local support. So is Pakistan responsible for all that? Absolutely not. Then we look at the fact that the provincial capitals like Puli Khumri fell without any resistance as the Afghan army surrendered. How is that the fault of Pakistan? Afghan army have an air force, they have tanks, they have artillery. Those Taliban literally carry AK-47 and RPGs which are literally out of nowhere. And they have no idea what the hell is going on. But yeah, let's blame Pakistan for that too. Your government is corrupt. Your army is incompetent despite the fact that they have every weapon and equipment to fight the Taliban. They are not fighting. So explain me that the stubbornness of your government, incompetence of your army, and Pakistan not being clearly involved, because whatever the hell is happening in the northwest of Afghanistan. That is actually on the opposite side of where Pakistan is. So how is it an invasion? What kind of proof do you guys have that Pakistan is actually involved in it? It is only the Taliban. If Pakistan ever had control on Taliban, we would have had peace since 2001. But we have not been able to see that. You know what we did? We fought against them. And talking about ISI controlling all these things, we have clear proof that NDS, the intelligence service of Afghanistan, and RAW, the intelligence service of India, were actually involved in terrorist activities in Pakistan. And you know what we did? We fought against them. We killed your men, we killed your terrorists, we slaughtered them, we dragged their bodies on the streets of Waziristan, we made the blood hell out of them. And we will do it again, all over again. And we will love to do that again. So the thing is that these Afghanis must start talking logic, they must start talking figures and facts, and start and actually stop this whole bullshit of hashtag sanction Pakistan. Do a sanction us. Who will do it? The Americans. They bloody know that if they sanction us, their Afghanistan is lost. So now I have heard that Ashraf Ghani is offering some kind of negotiation with the Taliban. It is actually good. They should negotiate. No one wants war in Afghanistan. Peace in Afghanistan means peace in the region. Afghanis had enough of it. They have been fighting war for 40 years. We have been sustaining those side effects of war for 30 years. The migrants, the economic burden, the terrorism. We have had all that. We were the second most affected country by terrorism. How on earth and how dare you to blame us to be handling all these terrorist organizations? Taliban caught your offices, NDS offices, with billions of rupees in cash and several CNICs. What the hell they were doing there? They were used to fund this terrorist organization known as BLA. Terrorist, the proxy known as PTM. Several other terrorist activities in Pakistan. So tell me again, how is Pakistan actually responsible for whatever the hell is happening in Afghanistan? And talking about crimes committed by the government and the intelligence agency, can we talk about NKVD? Can we talk about KVSD, the Afghan intelligence agency? And then your governments, be it Karimullah, Najibullah, Hamid or Ghani, they all have been notorious. They have killed their own people. Talk about Amrullah Saleh, the agent of CIA who have killed his own people. And then you blame us that the Pakistani government is very notorious, they are committing crime. Have you seen your own government? Every government since 1980 has committed crime against their own people. But yeah, let's ignore that. Let us allow you to play the victim card. If you want to blame Pakistan, first start fighting the terrorists, the Taliban, and stop blaming us. It is your own flaw, your own mistakes that are leading to such catastrophe, such devastations. It is not our fault. You had everything. and you didn't utilize it. So I will end it with the fact that may Allah bring peace in Afghanistan and Pakistan. Zindabad.